Good morning, guys. I'm gonna have to move this dog off of this particular arm. Hold on. All right, so I was trying to tell you guys that I had to work overtime. I saved up some money and I was able to. My daughters needed some bunk beds, right? Because I had them. They had a trundle bed. You guys don't know what that is. That's the bed that kind of pulls, like have one at the top and one that pulls out underneath. And I had bought a really good one, but they had a growth spurt. So I was like, uh-oh, they're not gonna be able to use this no more, right? So what I ended up doing was I said, okay, let me get 2 sets of nice bunk beds, which is what I got. I went on Facebook Marketplace, okay, and I was able to find two owners. That one of them had a set of twins too, so she understood. The other one, she had 5 kids like I did. So I really love Facebook Marketplace because you can buy from like-minded people, and so they really get it. You know what I mean? They're not selling you junk; they're selling you quality stuff. Hold on, and so they buy you really quality. They'll sell you really quality stuff. So, anyways, got the money. I already know, like, okay, I got to budget my money out. Kids down. I'm going to get this set up for it's winter time, because you don't really feel like going out and moving stuff around in the winter. So I get the truck, the U-Haul truck. And my mom drive the U-Haul truck. I don't know how to drive no big old truck. I don't know how to drive anyway, but especially no big old truck. So I get the U-Haul truck. We drive out there. We get it. It gets stuck inside of the lady's hallway. We had to get her husband's tools because she was a beautiful Arabic lady. And then I'm holding her baby. I'm serious, guys. Because babies love me. And so first she was kind of like, she's looking at me like, girl. But I had to hold her baby. We was taking turns unscrewing it by hand. This one part of the bunk bed that got stuck on her. They got stuck inside of her hallway, right? It was stuck for like 40 minutes in her hallway. We was just trying to push it. We finally got it out. Then we go to the second address. Lady with a big, huge, beautiful house. Actually, in a part of the neighborhood up here that I haven't been to. We've been sitting up here for like 22 years. And years, literally. I don't even go on that side of the town. So I was like, wow, this is a nice little neighborhood. Keep this in mind. Whatever, for future purposes. And she was very nice. She actually gave me $50 off of it. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. So we get them home, right? Then we unload them. Okay, there's a lot of manual labor that you got, mamas out here doing. You mamas and dads, y'all do this. You know how we do it for the kids. So I had called my kid's dad. We was on the way coming back, and I said, I got the stuff. If you could just come over here and help. Hold on. I was like, okay, I got the beds or whatever. If you could just come and help put them together. And he's like, wow, I don't know if I can find a way over there. So I was like, no, I can kind of help you out if you need to get over here and you can get back. Because if you guys don't know, he is a handyman by trade. This man could fix anything. You understand? That's how I met him. And then he went to school for HVAC. Like he's anything to deal with houses or buildings or anything, he's really good at that. He has a very, very good skill. Like I like men that work with their hands. I have another one, my other kid's there. He's a truck driver. So he's very good in transportation. I was thinking when I was younger, I was smart by choosing men that was proficient in areas that I'm not really good at. I'm not good at all at fixing stuff like most women aren't. And I'm not trying to be stereotyped, but it's the truth, and I fall into that, and I could own that, right? I take accountability there. And then I am damn sure not good at driving, okay? I ain't drove in like 17, 18 years. So, the other one did the driving. That didn't work out. I got with this handyman. Like, he could fix stuff in the house. And if I go into, different business ventures, he'd be able to do the work. And I had this whole little thing ventured out. But the problem is we was unequally yoked. And I went outside of God's plan, which is why I suffer the consequences of what's happening now. So then I called him and I said, well, are you going to be able to come today or tomorrow? Just trying to figure out. I was like, I could call you, where you could come. My family member could come and get you, or you could, have your daughter. He has an older daughter bring you over here. She said she'd do it. Oh, no, I didn't say I was going to do that. And I said, I put him on speakerphone. And I said, now, such and such. My mother heard you. I asked you just very simply. I don't call him on no rah-rah, baby mama type of stuff. I don't approach him like that. I don't care to. I don't have no feelings for you. I'm cordial when it comes to the kids. I'm just thinking, like, what is all of this attitude about? I ain't say I was going to do that. And so when we was talking, he went on and hung up on me. I've been single for 11 years, and I do not hang up on people. That is very, 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 very disrespectful. Okay, so I told him, okay, I said, oh, this is the last time you're going to hang up on me. So I went on to just wrote him a nice little text. It wasn't no mean one. And I said, I prefer to protect my peace. I don't want to interact with you anymore. You don't deserve my presence. And if I just deal with your older girls when you want to get the girls out, I'm not talking to you no more. And if you have a problem with that, we can go to court for visitation and child support, which you have been paying for over 18 months. 2 years, basically. So I said, okay. So I get in there and I pray. I said, Lord, help me. I get in there and I put the bottom bed together myself with the help of God. Okay, I have my little tools, and I got it put together pretty well. It took me a long time. And so then my brother, thank God, the Lord will touch another man. What one man won't do, he'll touch another one. He'll touch your brother, your stepfather, your uncle, your neighbor down the street to help you do what he's supposed to do. So this is me saying, don't get bitter towards men when take accountability, because people, you had kids by my did, but sometimes they act different with different women. And it don't have nothing to do with you. Be having to do because I'm younger than them and they can't control me. You understand? When I'm older, man, they like to try to control you. And I just left peacefully and went on about my business, but they don't like that. You understand? So they weaponize. Again, I talked to you guys about that. When I'm talking about this, I lived through this. They weaponize them helping you, their help, and even if it affects their kids. So anyways, thank the Lord for men, for a real man that come through and help and care about the fatherless, the widows, the kids who have some timey dads, and the women in their family. May you be blessed today and get plenty of rest and a good meal. Peace.